Simple Tales presents Prometheus Steals Fire, a Greek myth. Have you ever wondered why every great gift seems to come with a price? Many admire those who change the world. Few ask what they were willing to sacrifice. But the ancient storytellers of Greece believed that progress is never handed freely. It is won by those brave enough to bear its cost. This is the story of Prometheus Steals Fire. Long ago, when the world was still young, the Olympian gods ruled from the shining heights of Mount Olympus. Far below them lived humankind. People wandered through forests and across empty plains. They knew neither farming nor metalwork. They huddled together when darkness came, fearing every sound beyond the reach of the moon. Winter chilled them. Wild beasts hunted them. When lightning struck a tree, they gathered around the strange warmth until the flames faded into ash. Then the darkness returned once more. Among the immortals lived the Titan Prometheus. Unlike many of the gods, he often looked away from Olympus and toward the earth below. He watched mothers struggle to keep their children warm. He watched hunters return empty-handed. He watched entire villages shiver through freezing nights. The suffering of humankind weighed upon his heart. One day, Prometheus climbed to the throne of Zeus, king of the gods. "Great Zeus," he said, "allow humanity to share the gift of fire." Zeus looked down from his throne of thunder. "They are not ready. They are weak," Prometheus replied, "because they had been given nothing." The king's voice echoed across Olympus. "Fire is more than warmth. It melts iron, it shapes weapons, it gives power." He rose from his throne. "Power without wisdom destroys those who wield it." Prometheus bowed. "Then teach them wisdom." Zeus shook his head. "They must remain as they are." The matter was ended. Yet Prometheus could not forget what he had seen. Each evening he looked toward the earth. Children wrapped themselves in leaves against the cold. Old people sat in darkness. Families waited helplessly for sunrise before they could begin another day. His heart grew heavier with every passing season. At last, he made a choice. "If compassion is a crime," he whispered, "then let me answer for it." One silent night, while the halls of Olympus glowed with the fires of the gods, Prometheus climbed to the sacred forge of Hephaestus. The great blacksmith had left his furnace burning. Within it blazed the first divine fire. It was unlike any earthly flame. Its light shimmered white and gold. Its warmth never faded. Its sparks danced like living stars. Prometheus broke a hollow stalk of giant fennel. Carefully, he hid a single glowing ember inside. The stalk appeared empty, yet within it, the divine flame continued to burn. Without another word, he descended from Olympus. Across mountains, across valleys, across rivers, at last he reached the waiting people. They gathered around him in silence. Prometheus knelt upon the earth. He opened the hollow stalk. A single spark floated into the night. Dry grass caught first, then twigs, then branches. For the first time, a fire lit by human hands rose into the darkness. Children stretched their frozen hands toward its warmth. Old men smiled through tears. Mothers cooked food instead of eating it raw. Night no longer belonged entirely to fear. The gift spread from village to village. People baked clay into pottery. They forged bronze. weapons. They built homes. They learned to shape the world with their own hands. Where darkness had once ruled, light now answered. From the heights of Olympus, Zeus saw fires burning across the earth. One by one, then hundreds, then thousands. His face darkened. Prometheus. Thunder shook the heavens. The Titan did not deny what he had done. I gave them hope. You stole what belonged to the gods. I shared what was needed by the world. Zeus answered with terrible silence. Then he spoke. Every gift has its price. The king ordered mighty chains, forged by Hephaestus himself. Prometheus was carried to a lonely cliff high within the Caucasus Mountains. There, the chains bound him to the living rock. The wind never stopped. It carried the smell of snow and iron. Each morning, an enormous eagle descended from the sky. It tore at the Titan's side before flying away once more. Because Prometheus was immortal, his wounds healed every night. Each dawn, the suffering began again. Many gods pitied him. Some turned away. None dared challenge Zeus. Years became centuries. Still Prometheus endured. Travelers who crossed the mountains sometimes glimpsed the lonely figure upon the cliff. Some asked, was it worth such suffering? Prometheus always gave the same answer. If even one child sleeps warmly beside a fire tonight, then I would choose this fate again. Far below, humanity never forgot. They honored the first flame. Parents taught their children how carefully it must be tended. Blacksmiths remembered the Titan whenever they shaped glowing metal. Storytellers spoke of the one who had chosen pain so others might live with hope. Many generations later, the great hero Heracles passed through those mountains during his journeys. Seeing the suffering Titan, he drew his mighty bow. One arrow struck the eagle. Its shadow disappeared forever. By then, Zeus had seen that humanity bore the gift with reverence, not rebellion. He allowed Heracles to shatter the ancient chains. For the first time in countless ages, Prometheus stood once more. He looked toward the villages below. Smoke still rose from thousands of chimneys. Children still laughed around evening fires. The light had never gone out. Prometheus smiled. The gift had become part of humanity itself. No chain could ever take it away. The old storytellers of Greece never claimed that fire alone changed the world. They believed something far greater. Knowledge, compassion, and courage are flames passed from one generation to the next. The brightest light is often born because someone was willing to sacrifice their own comfort so others could live with hope. Thank you for listening to Simple Tales. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more timeless tales from around the world. Until next time, may you always use the fire you carry to bring light rather than fear.